heard the message. It's out there. Drinking and driving don't mix. Still, some people haven't quite gotten it. But with the party days of summer in full swing, you can bet the cops are out there checking for boozers, their most common tool being the field sobriety test. Well, we found one curious story about a Chicago lawyer who defends drunk drivers and is endorsing a product aimed at avoiding sobriety tests. Well, needless to say, he's gotten anti-drunk driving groups hopping mad. In Chicago, defense lawyers sometimes called the DUI Don, Donald Ramsell. Donald, welcome.
Good evening, Catherine.
All right, you got this kit. Now, you are a, what should I say, DUI survivor. You've been busted twice, gotten yourself off twice for the crime, represented thousands of people, and now you're endorsing some kit over the web and other places to basically thwart an officer's investigation.
That's correct. Basically, it's a kit that's designed to let motorists assert their rights if they're stopped on the road. You simply push a button here, and it helps you assert your rights.
Officer, please understand that I will only exit the vehicle for your safety or if under arrest. Please read the enclosed for additional information.
Okay, you don't have to read everything for me, but essentially, what does it say? I'm not going to take a field sobriety test. I'm not going to take a breathalyzer.
You won't take a field sobriety test. You want an attorney present. You will not take a breath test unless you get an opportunity for an independent blood test of your own choosing.
Okay, why would you do this? I mean, let's get right to it. Law officers are out there trying to protect us. I prosecuted cases. They're not running everybody off the road that is not committing some sort of violation and trying to put a DUI on people.
Well, I disagree with you there. I think that the officers are encouraged to make DUI arrests and let people try to prove their innocence on the road. I don't think that's fair to everybody.
All right, you've actually said that police officers are trained to intimidate people, us drivers out there, into basically testifying against ourselves with these field sobriety tests. And is this specifically then an attempt to thwart that?
Well, I don't think that the field sobriety tests are 100% accurate. In fact, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, they tested these and found them only 65% accurate if they're done properly.
So you're saying that there are going to be people who maybe can't lean their head back and touch their finger to their nose or can't walk a straight line at any point in time. They're not necessarily drunk, right?
That's correct. And in fact, in most states, they don't even have standardized field sobriety tests, so an officer can make one up as he goes.
But it's a cumulative point in the course of a trial. It's the slurred speech, the bloodshot eyes, the smell of alcohol. We all know the sort of the standard litany. And then the ability or inability to do those field tests. So somebody's not going to basically be convicted because they couldn't walk a straight line and nothing more.
Well, I disagree with you. I think most people think that field sobriety tests have some scientific or medical basis. In fact, most tests don't.
Well, it's simply to test whether or not you have control of your mental and physical faculties, which is the standard for intoxication due to alcohol or drugs.
Well, most officers, for example, the walk and turn test has 70 different points. If you get 2 or more off, you fail, according to an officer, even if you walk the line perfectly.
Okay, well, you've said your kit does have a tendency to help people who have had too much to drink. Some lawyers are a bit up in arms and say you've committed some sort of ethical violation. What do you think?
Well, I think that the Constitution has a tendency to help people even if they're guilty, because the rights are more important for people. It has a better tendency to avoid a social drinker who is driving unimpaired from being falsely accused of DUI. You can push a button all day long. It will not take a truly impaired driver and make him sober, but it will stop over-aggressive police techniques.
Okay, I want to play a quick bite for you. We were covering the Melissa Marvin case, an older trial today, and this bite struck me. I want to play it for you.
Again, how could this be allowed to happen? How does one person in one drunken, murderous moment cause so much carnage?
Okay, that's a case where this woman ran into a car with 4 teenagers. 3 were killed. Just horrific accident. She was let off time and time again with basically a slap on the wrist before this horrific accident. Do you ever say to yourself, I might actually be assisting this sort of thing?
No, I look at any defense attorney or any attorney. One of his first obligations is to ensure that everybody's rights are protected. That's what this device does. It's not going to stop drunk driving. If you read the whole kit and all of the information at roadsiderights.com, you'd see that it's a know your rights, know your limit kit. So it also helps to discourage people from having too much to drink.
Okay, final question to you. You keep talking about roadside rights. Driving is a privilege in this country. It's not a right. I really object to the way that word has become perverted in our language, particularly our legal language. Aren't you miscommunicating to potential clients by telling them basically they have a right to thwart an investigation, a right to drive even if they've been drinking?
No, and actually the United States Supreme Court would tell you that driving is a property right. It is subject to protection. Any criminal arrest guarantees you certain rights. The fact that you operate a motor vehicle allows the police to stop you with a much lower standard, but it's still a right that you do have, and everyone has a right not to have their liberty interfered with or to be arrested wrongfully.
All right, well, there's a balancing process, and I'm not sure this kit stays within that balance, but Don Ramsell, I do appreciate you coming on and talking about it.
Thank you.